So inshallah we're going to start with class. So we'll do inshallah ayat number 76 of Surah Al-Baqarah today. The ayat is still about the Bani Israel and a conversation between the Jews, Bani Israel, and also among those who have already believed. So we will do a first simple translation and then we'll try to understand the meaning and the Arabic of the ayat. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ, and when they meet. Who are they here? The Jews. So some Jews are meeting. Who are they meeting to? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, to those who have believed. So Jews came and met at the time of Prophet ﷺ to the Muslims, to those who have believed. قالوا, they said, the Jews said to the Muslims, Amanna, we have believed. This is just one word Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying about the Jews, that they said we believed. We believed in this Prophet and we believed in the Quran and all those things. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا خَلَى, when they are alone, بَعْضُهُمْ إِلَى بَعْضٍ, some of them with others. So among each other, when they go back to their Jews, they say something else. What is that they say? قَالُوا, they say, أَتُحَدِّثُونَهُمْ, which means, do you inform them? So they're talking to each other, the Jews are talking to each other, and they are saying, do you inform them? Do you inform the Muslims? Do you tell something to Muslims? They are questioning. Bima fatahallahu, that which Allah has opened for you. Allah has revealed to you. And then we'll try to understand. Alaykum means to you. So what is this thing about? This thing is about that in the Torah, in the book that Jews have, there is description of Prophet ﷺ, that a prophet will come, last prophet will come at such and such time and place, some information about Prophet ﷺ. So when some Jews came to Muslims in Medina, they said, yeah, what this prophet is reciting in the Quran, it sounds like he is the one that is mentioned in the Torah. So they said there's this thing to the Muslims. But when they went back to their own Jews, and they told them that this is what we talk to Muslims. So the Jews, other Jews said to these, why did you say such a thing? Why did you inform them? Okay? And then the reason they are saying, لِيُحَاجُّكُمْ بِهِ عِنْدَ رَبِّكُمْ. So on the day of judgment, these Muslims will stand up and say that yes, these Jews confirmed that this was a prophet. So they are saying, don't say such a thing. They are not realizing that Allah knows everything. Allah does not need Muslims on the day of judgment to tell Allah that Jews had said something such like this to us. Afala ta'qilun, so they are saying to each other, don't you have any understanding? Don't you understand what you are doing? You are telling these Muslims our secrets which are in Torah, and you are making them a witness. Okay? So this is their statement. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is quoting in the Quran and in this ayat. So inshallah now we'll do an understanding of the words. So the ayat starts with wa and idha. So wa means and idha means when. Now there are two words, iz and iza. We have talked about that before. Iz and iza. They both mean when, the same meaning, but their usage is different. When an ayat of the Quran talks about something of the past, then is used. When in the past. When something of the present or the future is used, then idha is used. Okay? So here, this is a present situation where the Jews are coming to the Muslims are saying something. So this is not the history. So the meaning is, and when, the ayat starts and when. Okay? Then the next word starts with these three letters, lam, qaf and waw. Okay? The meaning of these three letters is to meet. Okay? These are the three basic root letters, so the meaning is to meet. Okay? The word mulaqat is from the same root letters, meeting. Okay? Now, if we remember that, if we have these three letters, and we will go back again and again to these three letters. Fa'ala, which means to do. Okay? And if I add a waw at the end, fa'alu, this means they did. So adding a waw at the end with an alif, which is not recited, fa'alu brings the past tense and third person plural, they did. Okay? Fa'alu, they did. So if we apply that grammar on these words here, these are three letters, just like fa and lam. So this will become la, qaf, waw and waw with a alif like that. So just put the three same harakats as fa, ain, lam, waw and alif. Same harakat. So this word will become like this. And the meaning will be they met. Third person past tense. Okay? Right now it is zabar. Right now, just copy this thing. Just use the falu style. Okay? So you have lam fatah, fa fatah, and this is this side. Okay? Now, what happens that there are two vowels there. Okay? And you cannot pronounce these two vowels together. So what happens? One vowel drops out, but it transfers its sound backward on lam. So if this vowel goes away and this dhamma sound goes on qaf, then it will become exactly like laku. Okay? So waw is a weak letter. Two vowels, one will go away in the pronunciation, but its sound will be moved backward. Laku means they met. When they met, or they had a meeting. Okay? Now who are they here? They are Jews. When the Jews came and they met some people. Okay? So this is what the ayat is saying. And when they met. Now who did they meet? And this is, remember, this is the situation in Medina where Prophet ﷺ is present and the message of Quran is going out and Jews are coming and listening to the Quran and they are visiting each other. So they came and met some Muslims, the Jews in Medina. So the words are alladina amanu. So let's look at these two words. Okay. So the root word is lazi. Lazi means he. Okay, one person, third person he, lazi. Okay, its plural is ladina. Lazina is the plural. Lazina means those. Okay. And when we put al before that, al brings the meaning of the. Those means some people, some special people. Some people, a group of people which is known. Okay, so that, but in general we don't have to say those, we can just say those. Okay, so those. When Jews came and met those. Okay? Now who are those people? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is defining those people. And the root letters for the next word is alif, mim and noon. Amana. And these are 3 letters. So they belong to the group of the words which is called fa'ala. Okay? And if you put an alif in the beginning, it becomes 4 letters. It becomes af'ala. And this becomes alif, mim, noon. 2 alifs and mim and noon. And the sound of this word will be amana. Amana means to believe. Okay? So this means to believe. Okay? Now, as we have seen that these 2 alifs can also be written like this. Okay? And mim and noon is there. So you can write down like this. Amana. Okay? And if we put a wow at the end, it becomes plural. Like this. So if pronouncing amanu, amanu means they believed. And that's the word in the Quran. If you write down these together, this will be written amanu. Alladhina amanu, those who believed. So these both words should be translated together. Alladhina amanu, those who believed, which means the Muslims. So Jews came and they met Muslims. Okay? So some Jews came and they visited some Muslims in Medina. Those who believed. Alladhina amanu, those who believed. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning their meeting. What was said in that meeting. Okay? So let's look again at the next word. The next word is qalu. The root letters are qaf, waw and lam. And the meaning of these is to say. And if we put 3 fathas on this, qaf, waw and lam, qawala, this means he said, past tense, 3rd person. Qawala means he said. When you put 3 fathas, it becomes 3rd person and past tense. Now this middle letter waw has a fatha, its sound will change into an alif. So this will become qala. Qala, which means he said. Okay. The word qala comes in the Quran a lot, which means he said. And as a aside again, if you put a waw at the end and an alif, it becomes plural. So if I put the waw and alif at the end, alif is not pronounced. This becomes qalu. Qalu is the word here is in the Quran, which means they said. Okay? So if I just put a waw at the end, it becomes qalu, like this. They said. Okay? Now also notice one thing here, that in the Quran there is a mad on waw here. Even though in the actual word there is no mad here. when you create this word from Qawala and you reach to Qalu, there's a sukoon there, but there is no mud on waw, according to the rules of the grammar. But in the Quran, if you have that paper or you open the Quran, you will see that there is a mud on waw, which means you have to stretch the sound of Qalu like that. Why is the mud there in the Quran? Because whenever there is a Hamza, and before Hamza, there is either an alif or waw and ya, any of those three letters, then those three letters have to be pronounced long. Okay? This alif here in the middle with the circle is called alif-e-wiqaya. It is not recited, it is just written to separate the two words from one another. So actual effect of this Hamza shows up on this waw, and waw has to be pronounced with a mud. So here you will just pronounce Qalu, but here you will pronounce Qalu Amanna. Okay? So you have to stretch there. Tajweed follows the grammar, or grammar follows the tajweed. Okay? Now, so this means they said. So Jews may have met Muslims and they said, which means Jews said something to the Muslims. Okay? What did they say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just quoting one word of theirs. One word, which is Amanna. Okay, so let's look at that word. So if we have, going back to, we have these three letters, Fa, Ain and Lam, which means to do. And if we combine these three letters and put a Na, Fa'alna, this Na brings the meaning of we in the past tense. So the meaning will be we did. So when there are three letters in Arabic and you put a na at the end, the grammar becomes past tense and plural of the first person, we did. Okay? Now we just know this word, we just that amana. This is the word means to believe. And if I put a na at the end, it will become we, and the past tense will be believed. Okay, so the meaning will be we believed. Okay. When you write down these together, two noons, they can be write down with a shadda, and it will be written like that. Which is the word in the Quran? Amanna. Okay, we believed. So Jews are saying to the Muslims that yes, we believed. What did we believe here? Okay. We believed that this Quran is true, this messenger is true, and they confirmed that yes, we have found in Torah, our book, that this prophet is mentioned. They confirmed to the Muslims that yes, in our book, Torah, it is written that a prophet will come, and this prophet looks like the prophet that's mentioned in our book, Torah. They said this one word has all these meanings in it, okay? So we believed.
So these were former Jew
No, these were,
Muslims.
no, these are not Muslims.
No, Amanna. Oh.
No.
Oh, yeah, we believe, yes. got it.
Jews, they said,
Yes. Okay.
means Jews said, we believed. So this is the statement of Jews. Okay? That we believed in Islam and Quran and Prophet. Okay? They just said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying one word. And then they went. They went away. Okay? Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is relating what happened after they left. After they went away, after speaking one word to the Muslims, Amanna, we believed. Okay? So now the word is, again, these wa idha are the same two words, and when. Okay. And when.